Hi Penguins, hope you all are staying healthy and fit during this time of isolation. I don't know if all of you would recognize me, but I've met each and every one of you at some point in the start of this year of January and Feb when we started this Penguin Power Challenge. This is just my isolation COVID-19 look because I've not had the opportunity to step out of my house. Speaking of looks, I hope you all are feeling and looking healthy with all your efforts. I personally have lost 12 kilos since January 2019. In continuation to all of your respective journeys so that you can continue in a more stronger and fitter way in this time of isolation, I have compiled a series of exercises so that you can stay fit without getting any further niggles and pains or aches. The series of exercises have got three aspects to it. The first aspect being postures in which you could either be doing your work from home, you could be watching your Netflix or documentaries and stuff like that, or reading your book. The second aspect being more so to deal with stretches and exercises if you're being in a lot of prolonged position from reading or sitting. So it just opens your body up. And the third aspect, which I'm really excited to share with all of you guys, is the yoga aspect. These are home-based compact 10 yoga asanas, also including the Surya Namaskar, which has become one of my new favorites. And it's one of the best exercises to do at home. You just need your body and a mat to do the exercise. So wishing you all the very best. I hope you guys enjoy this content of exercises and health tips that you could use whilst you are in isolation. And yeah, hope you guys stay healthy and fit on your journey to the Penguin Power Challenge. So we're going to do the first stretch, which is the pectoral or the front of the chest stretch. You need to get onto a door frame. I'm using my bathroom as my door frame. You can use any of your door frames. You're going to start with your hands or your elbows at your shoulder height. Once your hands are against the wall, get one leg in the front. It doesn't matter left or right. Either of your legs is fine. And once you're in that position, all you need to do is lean your chest forward, right? You want to feel this stretch through your shoulder, through your front of your shoulder and your chest. If you don't feel the stretch in that position, you can take your arms slightly higher up and then lean forwards. An alternative way is also to bring your hands up and then lean forwards. These are three different variations to just feel a nice chest opening, and you need to hold this position for 45 seconds to feel a good stretch. The second stretch is trying to stretch the muscles along your trunk and also your arms, because you're doing a lot of sitting work. You're not moving your arms up and around. So you just need to get onto something where you can grip your hands in front of you. So I'm getting onto my window frame in this situation. You get your hands in the front, lock it around the window frame, have your head tucked in, and then you're leaning backwards. When you're leaning back, you're getting the movement to come from your hips, right? And you're trying to lean backwards. You can also do this stretch one-handed and then alternate. You're getting the stretch on either side. Again, the same rule. You got to hold it for 45 seconds on either side, or do it with both hands in the front. That's the third stretch is just getting a stretch along your trunk. So it's also called the hanging stretch. So the first variation of doing it is getting again to your door frame. Fortunately, I have a kind of a cupboard upstairs for me, so I just get my fingers interlaced or fingers hooked on to my door frame here, getting my feet a little further back, and all I'm doing is just leaning, just feeling like a nice stretch along my spine and then coming back out. So you're just feeling a nice extension through your spine. It just opens up all the muscles in the front of your torso. Again, hold this for 30 to 45 seconds. Again, just be careful that your fingers don't lose grip. So have a nice steady grip and then hold it to your comfort. So if you have a hanging bar in your house, the best exercise to do in regards to the hanging stretch is, it's a core dominated and also a nice trunk stretch. So you get onto the bar and all you're doing is hanging in that position, and just let your shoulders relax and have your knees tucked in and just hold that for around 30 seconds to 60 seconds. What you'll notice is that you'll start feeling a stretch in your upper spine and also feel the tension build up in your core muscle. The first variation in the lying down stretch is one of my favorites. It's the trunk rotation or the thoracic spine opening stretch. You need a mat for that. I like to have a foam roller. If you don't have a foam roller, you could use a pillow. And you need a pillow under your head. So you get onto your lying down position. So I'll start with my left side lying, have the pillow on my neck, have my right knee pulled up. The more your right knee is pulled up, the more stable your back is. Have your arms stretched out in the front, and once it's in the front, all you're doing is turning around towards your right to look at your right thumb. When you're doing this stretch, you want to see to it that your knee and hip doesn't lift up, so this is nicely grounded. Your shoulders are nicely stretched out, so it's giving a very dynamic stretch to the right side of your pecs. It's giving a stretch to your mid-back and also opening up your neck muscles as well. You'll also feel a stretch in your glutes. So you're holding this for again 45 seconds, and then you can again come back into your starting position and then alternate the side. The second stretch in lying down is for your buttock or your piriformis muscle. You can there are two variations to this. You can do it facing the floor, and the other one is facing the ceiling. So I'll show you the first variation, that's facing the floor, followed by facing the ceiling. You need a pillow for this. You have your mat. You get into a crawling position, and then get your right leg up in the front. Take your left leg behind. And you can draw the pillow closer towards you and leaning down. So you should feel the stretch on your right glute in this. Just pay attention to that you're not twisting and rolling through your pelvis, so it's nice and flat in your back, and you're just feeling the stretch purely in your buttock muscle. Now for someone who has any knee discomfort and you're not able to get into that position and hold it for 45 seconds, then what you can do is alternatively is lying down on your back. And when you're lying down on your back, all you need to now do is just pull the right knee with your left hand towards your left shoulder, and you're again going to achieve the same results. So it's not giving any compressive forces to your knee, but at the same time it is achieving the same results of doing it in a weight bearing manner. Again, holding that for 45 seconds, and then you can swap your legs and then do it onto the opposite side. So this is your glute or your piriformis stretch exercise for your hips. This stretch is the first variation of the sitting stretch. So whilst you're on your desk or reading a book, all you're doing is sitting on the chair, and once you're in that position, you just need to turn towards the right. So have your left hand over your right knee and your right hand over the chair, and you're turning towards your right. Whilst you're in that position, you're just focusing on your breathing and holding that position for 30 to 45 seconds. Once you've done that, you can then alternate sides and then turn on to the left. So right hand over your left knee and left hand over the chair, and then turning towards your left. This is a really nice stretch for your trunk if you're doing a lot of sitting static posture. This is the second variation of the sitting stretch. It's called the piriformis stretch, or also your buttock stretch. So all you're doing is whilst you're sitting on your chair, you just have one leg crossed over. Try to get your ankle just above your ankle over your opposite knee. Once you're in this position, all you need to do is lean forward. So when you're leaning forward, you should start feeling a stretch in your buttock or in your hip area, more so on the back side. Again, you're holding that for 35 to 40 seconds. You can then alternate it by getting your left leg over your right knee and then leaning forwards. The third variation in the sitting stretch is to get your hamstrings stretched out. These are the muscles that sit on the back of your thigh. So you need to come onto the edge of your chair. You can do this by getting both hamstrings stretched out together. So whilst you're in this position, you just need to lean forward and try to get to your ankles. And again, you're holding this stretch for 30 to 45 seconds. You should feel a stretch on either sides of your hamstring. If this is uncomfortable to do, then what you can alternatively do is pull one leg in. So in this case, I'm getting my right leg in and getting a stretch purely for the left hamstring. Again, holding that for 35-40 seconds and coming back out. Get your left leg in, get your right leg out, and then lean forwards and try to get the stretch on your right hamstring. Again, the time frame varies from 35 to 40 seconds. when I keep saying 30, 35 seconds or 40 seconds, it's something that is very subjective. So you got to find out what's comfortable for you.